You're watching my most controversial video series where people get mad at me, they unsubscribe from me, and some people praise me and love these videos. Why are they so polarizing? I don't know. Nonetheless, here are my fantasy football rankings for week 6. What's going on, fantasy football fans? I'm your host, Hussein the Brain, and you're watching The Couch. These are my weekly fantasy football rankings. So what are you exactly watching on this video? I start off with an expert consensus for the week, so that's just to get the names. Then I inject my projections and algorithms into it, and then I hit record pretty much. So this is a behind the scenes look at my weekly rankings. I do adjust them, and please leave a comment below if you see something that catches your eye or you disagree with a pick. Let me know. I do change them, and sometimes you guys do affect my rankings. I'm like, yeah, that is actually a good point. Let me rank this guy higher or lower. Starting with the quarterbacks, we have to leave Patrick Mahomes number 1, but this is definitely a week where I'm really high on Kyler Murray. I wouldn't be shocked if Kyler was the number 1 ranked quarterback, but his floor is so low that we can't put him there. It's gonna be tough. I might rank him as high as number 2, and I think Lamar Jackson with the rushing ability should be in the top 3, and so I'm gonna actually put it like this right here. This is really tough. I do 100% believe that Kyler Murray has the upside to finish QB1 this week, mainly because of the injuries to the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes is wobbled on that ankle. Sammy Watkins expected to be out. Tyreek Hill expected to play, but he hasn't played in several weeks. And that's really why. Like, if the Chiefs are fully healthy, Patrick Mahomes easily QB1. And I'm still having him as QB1. And I really like Deshaun Watson. So actually, I'm going to rank it just like this right here. I feel like Lamar Jackson, they might just result to running the football. I think the Ravens defense is really good. I still love Lamar Jackson this week. He's probably a smarter start than Kyler Murray, but we do know Kyler Murray is going to need to make some plays to win this game. Will Lamar Jackson need to make some plays? Not that many. He's not going to need to throw the ball in the fourth quarter. He's not going to need to run with the ball a ton. And so that hurts his upside just a little bit. I'm not saying like he's whack or anything, but the upside with Kyler Murray is the highest it's ever been. Floor, not so good. Lamar Jackson has a better floor than Kyler Murray. Matt Ryan has a better floor than Kyler Murray because simply they're better. Jared Goff versus the Niners. This is the game that I'm the most excited about because a lot of people don't believe the Niners are the real deal. I think most people think the Niners are good, but they're not sold on them being great. I thought last week would prove it, but it hasn't changed public perception much. If they beat the Rams, everyone's going to know the Niners are the real deal. They're not just a good team, but they are an elite team. This will be a close game. Vegas has it to be actually a high-scoring game as well, but I'm just not that high on Jared Goff. Todd Gurley is questionable, so let's see how he's going to do. I got to put Russell Wilson's my number 1 vote for MVP. You know how I do. Maybe you guys do too. Pretend you have a vote to actually vote who's going to be the NFL MVP. And I'm casting my ballot for Russell Wilson. And then number 2 would actually be Christian McCaffrey. So I have to put Russell Wilson at number 6. That's like the lowest I can probably put him. Aaron Rodgers, he's really only had one good game this week. And now here's this is pretty messy. So after 5-6, it gets super messy. Like the difference between Minshew and like people legitimately asking me, should I start Minshew or Rodgers? And it's like, that's a good question. Devontae Adams did not practice today. I'm recording this on Thursday, and that's significantly going to affect Aaron Rodgers. If I had to guess whether Adams plays or not, I would say no, and that's why I'm going to put Rodgers lower. Let's put him right around here, definitely above Baker. man, that's so tough. I really don't want to rank him this low, but and I still like Rodgers, and I think you can win in season-long fantasy with Rodgers. I'm okay with. I drafted him as my sole quarterback in the subscriber league. I think I'm 3-2 in that league, so I'm doing okay. I have other players that are doing very well, but man, it's just he just doesn't have a ton. He's just not getting fantasy points. And last week, it was a lot of scores, a lot of touchdowns, but it was all Aaron Jones. And without Adams, I just can't rank him that high. I do love Tom Brady this week. They're going to be throwing the ball because that's just what they're going to do. They don't need to throw the ball. Their defense should do it. And I think the upside is more with Dak Prescott here. If I had Brady and Goff, I would start Brady. So let's put Brady here. Let's put Dak here. It's super close between these two, but the running back should finish it off for the Patriots. And then let's put Goff here. Let's see how Goff does against the Niners defense and if Brandon Cooks is going to play or not. And then Minshew right here. Yes, this is looking much better. Vegas thinks the Browns won't get slaughtered. Of course, they didn't think that last week either against the Niners. Good thing for the Browns, they are in Cleveland. It is a home game. I still wouldn't trust Baker, though. I have Jimmy G right around Aaron Rodgers right here. And I would start Jimmy Garoppolo if I knew Adams was going to be out. And so Friday we'll probably have a much better idea. Like I said, if I had to guess, I'd guess Adams is not going to play. And I'm going to move Carson Wentz up. I'd rather start Wentz than a lot of these guys here. I have him right around where Goff is. Tough matchup, but he's just been doing really well this year. And I still think he will do very well this week. So I can rank him as high as number 6, actually. Yeah, right around here. That's how high I could rank Wentz regardless of the matchup. But I'm going to leave him at 10, right above Minshew. And Kirk Cousins is a guy I wanted to talk about really quick because he had a good week 5. That was against the Giants. It was a super sweet matchup. How could you possibly screw that up, right? Even though I was scared a little bit. It wasn't a surprise that he did well. Now, could Stephon Diggs bounce back and have one more good game against the Eagles? I think he can. And I think Cousins has a lot of upside here. Now, I would start Cousins over Baker. That's for sure. So I'm going to put Baker down here. Now, Kyle Allen, I don't think he's a good quarterback. Not saying the Panthers can't win. They can easily win this game. It's an away game. The matchup is so good. So this is actually a high ceiling and a very low floor. I wouldn't be surprised if Kyle Allen got 5 fantasy points. I wouldn't be surprised if Kyle Allen got 21 fantasy points. He could go either way. And so we'll leave him there. This is more of a Melvin Gordon, Eckler game, Chargers D game. I'm expecting the Steelers to start their 3rd string quarterback, and his name is Devlin Hodges. I sometimes forget his name. I don't think any of us expect Mason Rudolph to play after that nasty hit he took. And Darnold is back. Case Keenum is going to probably start as long as he's healthy. And let's put Rosen ahead of Hodges. And let's put Daniel Jones ahead of Hodges. Yeah, you really don't want to be starting Hodges this week unless you're in, a 12-team dual quarterback league or something like that, 12-team super flex league. And even so, I wouldn't start Devlin Hodges if it's super flex because I'd probably rather start a wide receiver or something. Like, no way I'm starting Devlin Hodges. And I just smell a disaster game for the Bengals. I'm going to put Andy Dalton a few spots below here. I'd rather start the mono quarterback over the Red Rifle. And I'd even go with Darnold over Bridgewater. Darnold and Mayfield are pretty close. This could be a bounce back game though for Baker Mayfield. The trust has been broken though. This relationship between fantasy owner and Baker negative fantasy point maker has been broken and is unrepairable. Okay, moving on. Running back rankings for Week 6. Before I get into the running back rankings, I just wanted to take a quick moment to thank our sponsors of this video, Drafters. You can head on over to drafters.com and they do have a free roll right now. Christian McCaffrey signed mini helmet in their Rankem contest. That's this Sunday. All you got to do is rank your top 10 players for this contest, and the first place winner will get a signed mini helmet by Christian McCaffrey. I'm definitely going to enter, and there's a lot of other Rankem contests for Sunday, but we're going to go ahead and rush on over there and enter the Thursday Showdown Rankem contest. This one costs $1.10 to enter. Let's enter one right now. About $1 to enter, and first place wins $150. So all you got to do is rank your top 10 flex players for Thursday night, and they will have Sunday contests as well and Monday Night Football contests too. The player you rank number 1 will get a 10x multiplier. If they score 10 fantasy points, they'll get 100. Second place gets a 9x multiplier, so on and so forth, all the way to 10th place, which gets just a 1x multiplier. So if your 10th ranked player scores 10 fantasy points, they get 10 fantasy points. Okay, since this is a GPP, guaranteed prize pool, which means a lot of people enter, it's difficult to win, but the prize is huge. I do like to separate myself a little bit, expect the unexpected, and one way I always do that in GPPs is to pick 2 running backs on the same team that's going to dominate. Now, what you could do is pick like Brandon Bolden. We know that he scores touchdowns. He's been a big part of the Patriots the last few years, and with no Burkhead there, I don't know if Damian Harris is going to even be active. We had the same situation last week. Damian Harris wasn't even active, and Brandon Bolden scored a receiving touchdown. Now, I'm not that bold. I might be on my second entry, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with Sony Michel number 1. I think the Patriots will have a huge lead. Sony Michel can get 2 or 3 touchdowns and get the goal line carries. He'll see a lot of work. So let's go with Michel, and then let's separate ourselves by going James White number 2. I don't think too many people are going to pick Sony Michel and James White both as the top 2. And then let's go separate ourselves a little bit more by going with Slayton, Josh Gordon over Edelman. And then let's go with Edelman. Let's go with the starting running back for the Giants, Hilliman. Let's go Golden Tate. Let's go with Rhett Ellison, the tight end for the Giants, with Evan Ingram out. Let's go Jacoby Myers. And then who's the next wide receiver for the Giants? Latimer. Let's go with him. And then let's go Brandon Bolden. Oh, and we need one more. Ooh, I don't know. This is like a reserve role. Let's just go with Izzo, the quote-unquote pass-catching tight end for the Patriots. And that's my team right there. I'm going Michel, White, Slayton, Josh Gordon, Edelman, Hilliman, Tate, Rhett Ellison, Jacoby Myers, Cody Latimer, Brandon Bolden, Ryan Izzo. I'm really feeling like I got to enter this at least twice and put Brandon Bolden at a bold spot, like maybe number 4 or higher, or number 5. I think that's like number 5 or 6, something like that, because I do feel like he will get involved in the second half, if not early on. The Patriots do trust him, and we're just going to enter that. Let's do it. Make sure you do go to drafters.com. Use promo code COUCH when you do deposit up to $20. You will get a 100% deposit match. So head on over to drafters.com. Use promo code COUCH, and it really helps support the channel. Make sure you at least enter this free roll contest to get your signed mini helmet by C-Mac. Okay, running back rankings. The one game C-Mac didn't do well was against the Buccaneers. Week 2, Buccaneers have some good defensive pieces. They really can stop the run and pass the rusher. Just too bad their pass coverage is horrible. This could be a great game for Greg Olsen. I think everyone likes him. Curtis Samuel's okay. DJ Moore can finally do well with Kyle Allen actually starting at quarterback. And that's like, it's going to be limited. Like, I don't see the Panthers putting up a ton of points. Not with Kyle Allen. I just don't see it happening. But who else am I going to rank number 1? Like, seriously, it's got to be Dalvin Cook or C-Mac. Like, there's really no one else I can rank number 1. I suppose Ezekiel Elliott, but I'm not going to do it, man. I'm going to rank C-Mac number 1. Zeke hasn't really been playing that well. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to leave Zeke at number 4 right here. I'm going to leave it just how it is. Just C-Mac should be ranked RB1 pretty much every week. They didn't use him right. The Panthers didn't use him right. And I think Cam Newton was kind of blowing the minds of the Panthers silent. Like, what's wrong with this guy? What's going? Now we know what's wrong with him. He was hurt. And I don't know if that's it. Maybe he sucked on top of that too. But they didn't use C-Mac right. They needed to use him more in the pass game. They needed to get him more touches. Like, this guy's just an all-star, man. He's amazing. And I think they'll figure out a way to get him involved. He's got a great ceiling, great floor. I mean, do I really need to sell you on C-Mac is good? He could be the NFL MVP. And I think the Browns have learned their lesson. They're going to go with Nick Chubb. They're going to give him the ball a lot more. So let's rank him 1 ahead. This is Darnold's first game back. So let's see how this pans out. I still like Le'Veon Bell. He's still putting up a decent amount of fantasy points, and he's involved in the pass game. He's on there every single snap. So he's still good. I just think this is going to be a Nick Chubb game. I really do feel like they're going to run the ball a lot more and maybe even throw to Chubb, which I think they need to do. With Todd Gurley being questionable, I'm going to go ahead and rank Aaron Jones right here at number 7. And it's not so much that I'm on the Aaron Jones bandwagon after last week. It's just that it's getting really messy right now on who to rank. And, Mark Ingram could slide right in here. I think Mark Ingram is going to be really good. It's actually tough between these two. Which one do you think? Man, Mark Ingram going against the Bengals. I have him ranked number 8 right now currently on the video for those of you guys who just listen and don't watch my videos. And I got Aaron Jones at 7. Oh boy, what do you do here? I think it's a Mark Ingram game. So I'm going to go Bell 6, Ingram 7, Aaron Jones 8. And then you have Chris Carson, absolute stud when he's not fumbling. Let's put him in actually right ahead of Aaron Jones. So Aaron Jones is steady falling. I still like him, though. Don't get me wrong. And I did say he would. I had a good feeling he'll do good. And I ranked him extremely high on last week's video. And I did have him in a lot of lineups on Drafters and in DFS, and I won a lot of money. All thanks to Aaron Jones, pretty much. I had just a little taste of Fuller here and there, and I had a lot of Aaron Jones going on, and he absolutely beasted. So, yep, thank you, Aaron Jones, for winning me a ton of cash last week. And these are all very tough to rank. Like, we don't know if Gurley's going to play. We don't know what's going on with Melvin Gordon and Austin Eckler. Now, between Melvin and Eckler, I'm going to go with Eckler one more week. Just one more week. And let's go with carry on. Yeah, carry on here. Connor. I actually don't really like Connor this week, but he's going to get volume. He's going to be a volume guy. And so is Fournette. Fournette's going to get a lot of volume. I just don't like it. I mean, you're starting Connor. I get that. I don't see Connor being much better than Devontae Freeman, for example. So I like Derrick Henry. So let's go Derrick Henry, number 10. Going against the Broncos, this is going to be a low-scoring game. It's going to be tough, but Henry's a guy that I can trust at least a little bit. He'll get the volume. He'll be the goal line back. I see him squeezing in there, getting one touchdown. And yeah, I mean, I like the Chargers running backs. It's just that there's two of them. That's the only thing. I think I'm ranking both of them quite high. And okay, this looks pretty good though. And Philip Lindsay should be ranked a bit higher. I'm going to put Philip Lindsay a couple spots higher. And I see Damian Williams having a huge game against the Texans. I mean, huge. Look, the floor is not there. Like, how much are you going to trust him? Trust factor is not quite there. He had an injury. LaShawn McCoy signed to the team. He hasn't been that good. He's been a disappointment. I just look at it in a different way. I actually don't look at it as a disappointment. I see this as an opportunity, and kind of I knew what I was getting into when I drafted Damian Williams. It was not the right decision, but I knew the risk. I was going for that RB1 upside on the Chiefs. I took a shot. I missed. I know that. I'm not even saying Damian Williams is a bust. Look, he technically is, but there's about 50 other fantasy players that are busts so far this year. There's so many injuries, so many crazy things going on, so many quarterbacks injured, just so many busts, disappointments, and inconsistent to say the least. Like, look at DeAndre Hopkins and Devontae Adams. When's the last time that's happened? The top two drafted wide receivers both are very disappointing. Now, that's a real disappointment. Both top 10 picks and only had one good game so far. And they played 5 games each. And so Damian Williams, super big opportunity here. I think he's going to score more points than James Conner. Now, do I want to rank him that high? Probably not. But man, I just have that feeling, he's going to be good. He's got good usage, and the Colts, they just had that sound game plan. They ran the ball well, and the defense played solid. Like, as good as you can against Patrick Mahomes. I'd say they played excellent against Patrick Mahomes. That guy's hard to stop. The Andy Reid offense is tough to stop. Texans, Chiefs, going to be a different story here. With Tyreek Hill back, it's going to be tough to stop Tyreek and Kelsey. Well, you got to worry about the screen pass to Damian Williams. So I'm going to go a little bold. Actually, I'm going to go very bold. And I'm going to rank Damian Williams number 11. You know what? Let's make him top 10 over Derrick Henry. These are PPR rankings. Damian Williams, 115 yards from scrimmage, maybe 120 yards from scrimmage, at least one touchdown, and few receptions, 4 or 5 receptions. I see him going off. Oh, Sony Michel. Sony Michel's going to have a big game. I love Michel. Thursday Night Football going against the Giants. Let's put him right here, right above Kerryon Johnson. So Kerryon at 15, Michel at 14. Okay, and I trust James White more than a lot of other players, so let's move James White to 21 overall. And Chris Thompson, you're okay, but I mean, Washington versus Miami, battle of the two tanking teams. I love Tevin Coleman and Breida. I love them both. I'm going to put Tevin Coleman right ahead of James White, and then I'm going to move Breida right below Tevin Coleman. So Lindsay 20, Tevin Coleman 21, Matt Breida 22. Let's see what's up with David Johnson and Chase Edmonds. Will David Johnson play and be healthy? I have no clue. So right now that's a 50-50. He didn't practice today, Thursday. Let's see if he practices Friday. Don't be alarmed by Thursday's practice, because in all honesty, putting David Johnson out there to practice Thursday is probably a stupid move. That's your franchise running back for several years. Like, why risk that? Okay, so let him rest Thursday. Let's see what happens Friday. If Friday he's full participant, that's like, okay, that man's playing. Now, Friday he doesn't participate at all, I'd be pretty scared. And if he's limited amount of practice, I'm back at 50-50. So let's see how much he practices this Friday. Carlos Hyde's going to have a lot of chances. Let's put him right ahead of Miles Sanders and Adrian Peterson. I do like this week against Miami. Let's put him a few spots ahead. And Rex Burkhead is not expected to play. Let's get you up out of here. Jordan Howard, let's rank him ahead of Miles Sanders. Put you right here. And a good sleeper this week is going to be Ito Smith. So let's rank him a few spots higher. Just one spot higher, I suppose. And that's looking pretty good. I think we got to move Rashad Penny a few spots up as well. Let's move him ahead of Gio Bernard. Okay, that's looking good. Moving on to wide receivers. Oh, running backs actually weren't that tough, because there was after the top like 9, it was very tough. But whatever. Wide receivers is actually going to be extremely tough. Because with Tyreek Hill coming back, if he's healthy, I seriously think he could finish as the #1 wide receiver this week. But it is his first game back. Could be a little rusty. Temper expectations. Let's go with Keenan Allen. Actually, I want to go with Michael Thomas, #1. We're not expecting Jalen Ramsey to play, are we? Yeah, situation with Ramsey is weird. I would guess he's not going to play. So let's put Michael Thomas, #1. Let's move Tyreek Hill down right. I'd have him ahead of Odell. I'm going to put Godwin ahead of Odell right here. Okay, so 1 Mike Thomas, 2 Hopkins, 3 Julio, 4 Keenan Allen, 5 Cooper Kupp, 6 Tyreek Hill, 7 Godwin, and 8 Odell Beckham. The rest of this looks pretty good, I'd say. Robert Woods, not that I don't like him, but Rams could spread the ball a little bit. They can go to Gerald Everett. Might go to Josh Reynolds, who knows, Higbee, throw to the running back. And so I'm going to just put Woods down just a little bit. I definitely like Edelman better than Woods. I like Thielen more than Woods, so let's rank him up here. Tyler Boyd and Woods, that's really close. Let's go with Boyd over Woods. And then Amari Cooper has been really good this year. Let's boost him just right. Over Boyd? Yeah, I think so. Cooper, Boyd, and Woods, Golladay, Lockett. Yes, I like that. I think Chark will have a down game, and I think Westbrook will have a good game. And Chark is better than Westbrook, but I think the defense knows that too. They're going up against the Saints. Jaguars facing the Saints. And so I'm going to rank Chark a few spots down. Let's go Tyler Lockett, then Evans, then Will Fuller, then Fitzgerald. I like Calvin Ridley a lot, so let's rank him right here at 19 over Sutton. And where's Westbrook? Where are you at? Okay, Westbrook, let's give you a boost. I think he's going to be really good. I think he'll be better than Golden Tate. Scary Terry hopefully has a bounce back game for you McLaurin owners. And Stephon Diggs could have a huge bounce back game. Let's move him up right around where Mike Evans is, right here. I would say at 21. Let's temper expectations a little bit because there is risk. But I do see you can really rank him as high as #12, I think, this game against the Eagles. Moving on to tight ends. It's tough to rank the top ones, but I do see all 4 of these tight ends balling out. Kelsey should have the best game of his year. Zach Ertz will have a good game. Kittle should have a good game, and I'm going to leave it ranked just like this. And then #4, definitely Mark Andrews should have a huge game. And then Austin Hooper, man, has been playing well. He's kind of been a good check down option, a good red zone option. Tough to really rank anyone ahead of him, except maybe Will Dissly. So I'm going to go Will Dissly at 5, Austin Hooper at 6. And the rest of this looks pretty good, I would say. OJ Howard. has been a huge disappointment. He has hurt my feelings. I can't rank him that low. Offensive coordinator Ryan Leftwich says that OJ Howard's time is coming, but when coaches say something, I don't know if I believe them. I mean, why would they? What's their motivation to tell us the truth? So the defense stops OJ Howard. I'll put him at 17, I guess. And Rhett Ellison. Who's starting this guy, huh? Starting tight end for the Giants Thursday Night Football. Who's doing that, huh? Defense rankings. Okay. Chargers going against the Steelers. I fully expect them to start their third string running back. So this is my number 2 ranked defense. Patriots, of course, number 1. Their defense is amazing, and no one's playing for the Giants. Saquon Barkley is out. The guy I spent all my FAB budget on. Gallman is out. Who else is out? Sterling Shepard is out. Evan Ingram is out. My God, it was already a lopsided game, and now you got the number 1 wide receiver out, number 1 tight end out, number 1 running back out, number 2 running back out, and Daniel Jones playing, which is better than Eli, but still, he's a rookie. Patriots favored to win this game by 17,000 points. They'll absolutely dominate the game. And then we have Washington, which I would say has a ton of upside as a defense, but the floor is quite low. So if you want a safe option, go with the Ravens. You'll be good. They'll put up a lot of points, and that's probably what you should do. But Washington has a ton of upside, could get a bounce back game. This could be their first win. Look, either Washington's going to win or Miami's going to win. Or I think what would be better for the memes is if they tie. Broncos Titans game should be very low scoring, and the Broncos are favored to win. We have them right here. The game is at home. It's in Denver, so that's why they do have a slight advantage over the Titans. And then it gets pretty wishy-washy here. Like, who else do you pick? I think the Titans need to be ranked higher because that is a low-scoring game. And on to kickers, my absolute favorite position. Tucker, sometimes he doesn't put up the best points, but I think he has the highest floor usually. So I'm going to put Tucker up here. Greg Zuerlein's going to do very well, but Mike Nugent's actually my top 2 kicker. I really do like him this week. Thursday Night Football, a little bit of rain possibly, a little bit of wind, but there's going to be so many dang opportunities for Nugent to kick extra points and field goals, and should be some close ones too, some 30-yarders, some 40-yarders, and he should be able to make those. And this looks about right here. I think we got to move Crosby down just a little bit. Let's put Joey Sly up here. Let's put Prater 1 spot ahead of Gonzalez. These two are about tied. They'll both have a lot of opportunities. Let's put Crosby down. I do like Will Lutz. Let's put him at number 10. And I don't like Prater that much. I do like Jason Myers this week going against the Browns. Let's put him right here at 8. And that's looking okay. I don't like Chris Boswell. Let's move you down. All the way down, actually. All right, and those are my kickers for week 6. Make sure to head on over to drafters.com or follow the link below in the description. Use promo code COUCH when you deposit. You'll get a 100% deposit match up to $20. Enter the Rankem contest. Also really helps support this channel. Make sure you guys are subscribed to this YouTube channel. Just hit that couch icon in the corner over there. Also, we have a second YouTube channel, Fantasy Couch Podcast. Some awesome live streams. We go live after Thursday Night Football, right after the game. Also, guys, thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, thumbs down if you did not, and I'll catch you on the next one.